history books were rewritten in the semi-finals of the Global Rugby Challenge as both of today's finalists required over the 80 minutes to get the shock results over their opponents. Today, they meet the final, the big dance, the ultimate show, the grand final of the GRC. It's the Guardians of the Crib versus the All Flakes. Get yourselves ready for kick-off because the big final is not far away. Hello everyone and welcome along to the grand final of the Global Rugby Challenge season number 3. It is the big dance, it's the ultimate showdown, and there will only be one winner at the conclusion of today's matchup. Let's have a look at the two sides who will be competing for the silverware. The Guardians of the Crib will be up against the All Flakes. Of course, it is third versus fourth on the overall ladder, and boy, there's a lot of stats to go through before we get into today's matchup. Of course, yet here, the Guardians of the Crib beating the All Flakers for the first time in history, and it's going to be a similar story here tonight, going up against the All Flakes, except this time the Guardians are on the right side of the ledger. The teams have met 4 times in history. This will be number 5, and currently it sits 3-1. The Guardians of the Crib winning every meeting except for the only meeting in season number 2, where the All Flakes not only won the championship but also beat the Guardians 35 points to 7. Every other meeting since then, season 1, they met twice, and the Guardians took out the All Flakes in the semi-final, 31-21 in round 9 and 35-7 in that semi-final. But of course, who could forget back in round 11, where the Guardians of the Crib absolutely disposed of the All Flakes, 41 points to 0 only a couple of weeks ago. Today, they look to take that ultimate step and take the crown of their first ever Global Rugby Challenge Championship. The team name for today has undergone no changes whatsoever from the team that won that famous semi-final against the Flakers. Isaac Fisore will be alongside Mike Hunt and Ray Ellison in the front row. Michael Shebb will be alongside the outstanding Elliot Knight in the locking partnership. Luke de Normanville will start again at 6 with superstar match winner Liam Hacker at open side. Kieran Jones, who's been one of the standouts of the season, will again be at number 8. Into the back line, Daniel Fisore starts a scrum half, and he'll partner the impressive Lewis Gardner, who will start in the number 10 jumper. Don Butler and Tom Guest will continue on in midfield with Heston Gardner on the left wing, Ian Ferguson on the right, and Louis Evans will be at fullback for the Guardians of the Crib. Never won a championship, will today be championship number 1. And up against them will be the All Flakes, the defending champions from season number 2. They have undergone a few changes for this matchup, but not with the pressure on them here to get the performance and finally get another victory against the Guardians of the Crib. What will be evident in the forefront of their minds will be that round 11 thrashing that they faced just a couple of weeks ago. So the team has had a number of changes. The front row, though, remains the same, whereas the fantastic captain of Nicholas Friedlander, who will start on the loose head side of the front row, and once again will partner Ben Bobbs and Shady Streetwalker in the pack. In the second row will be the impressive Benjamin Grayson, who once again starts at 4, and Morgan Yates will be alongside him to complete the tight 5. Into the back row, starting on the blind side, will be Max Parkhill, and his partnership in the back row will be Dean Mumbo at 7 and Akada Kamana at number 8. Into the back line, there's a little change going on here. Jimmy Henderson will start at scrum half, and he'll partner the game winner of Samo Coop. Kieran Seeley will start an inside centre with the impressive Ike Wrigley outside him in the number 13 jumper. The back 3 will be consisting of Corey Davidson, who sat out the semi-final. He returns and goes back to the left wing. Liam Symes-Wells switches over and moves to the right. And there's the semi-final hero, Christian Catley, who will move to the number 15 jumper and start this big final at fullback for the All Flakes. Can the All Flakes do what no side has done before and go back-to-back in the GRC for the very first time? It is the Season 3 final. Don't go anywhere. The match is about to get underway. So the two sides are ready for the final time this season. The All Flakes in the black and white, and it is the Guardians of the Crib in the blue, red and white, and we are underway. Grand final, season number 3 of the Global Rugby Challenge, and an early turnover by the All Flakes as well. Max Parker all over that ball, and Curran Seeley charges into the defence, and the Guardians hold tight at the first time of asking. Kamana away to Coop, who's taken it a good play as well. Here is a run from Mike Wrigley, loses it, well turned over there, and they'll bust one left hand side. Heston Gardner's knocked the ball on, and our first error of the match comes the way of left winger Heston Gardner. Jimmy Henderson looks to toe this one into touch, well taken to the back there. Louis Evans doing great work to keep that one in the field of play as the All Flakes have it now into their own half. Ball intercepted. Kieran Jones plucking it from the sky of Nicholas Friedlander's passes. The Guardians attack once more. Ray Allenson and the All Flakes finally let a ruck play out, or do they? Late charge turnover, and Henderson throws a forward pass. My word, we've had about 4 or 5 turnovers. Now a forward pass and knock on. It is all happening here in this big final at Hong Kong Stadium. Neutral venue, but the home crowd is everywhere. Scrum put in for the Guardians of the Crib, looking at first ever title. Of course, it is the All Flakers, Season 1 champions, the All Flakes in Season 2, and they'll be looking to go back to back and become the first ever side to win 2 TRC titles as Heston Gardner once again attacks, and the offloading is coming great from Fesore. For finally going to ground and turnover again. Lewis Gardner loses the tackle, and it is that man Max Parkhill who has been in everything for the All Flakes already. Curran Seeley tries to run it. Corey Davison, he's half through the tackle. Down left hand wingers Davison offloads to Freilander, and they trickle their way down the sideline, but a good tackle from Isaac Fesore puts his opposite number just on the touchline. Mike Hunt to throw. 5-man line out, 2 each. It's Shepherd and Knight up against Grayson, and Yates who turns it over, and the All Flakes will attack again. Out wide they go. Wrigley out to Liam Symes-Wales, who's broken the line. One to beat, reminiscent of so many tries he's got before, by penalty. Wow, what speedy work from Louis Evans. And a dangerous situation for the Guardians of the Crib is diffused very quickly. Kicked away from Lewis Gardner, gets it over halfway as well. He's had a good few weeks in the number 10 jumper. Has Gardner in the 10-11 combination of Lewis and Heston. It's once again in full flow. Here is Hunt. Lost the last one, loses this one again. Another turnover to the All Flakes. Akana Commander in midfield, and here it is to Corey Davidson. One to beat, goes inside to Seeley. Back to Wrigley. Wrigley kicks high. Big chase here. And a challenging one too for Mudberg. But it'll be back there for Fesore, who is hammered as well. Wow. Big tackle coming in there. Oh, poor little Daniel Fesore. 22 dropouts. Lewis Gardner goes long, and Curran Seeley will run it back. He finds his playmaking partner in Sema Cooper, who goes to Kamanu, who takes it to ground on the 10-metre line, and it's a challenge here for the All Flakes to hang on to the ball. Jimmy Henderson, he's got it to the left inside, little chip over the top. It's dangerous for the Guardians, but Ian Ferguson does very well to once again defuse a dangerous attack by the All Flakes. Still 0-0, we're almost halfway through the first half. Elliot Knight pops it back inside, and Tom Guest has a run, still inside his 22. Kieran Jones, he's not going to kick it away, and there's a great tackle here. Dean Mumberg, brilliant defensive work by the open side flanker. Fesore, back inside to his captain Hunt. And they still just make minimal ground on the 22, and now they're going to lose the ball as well. Grayson running to the inside. There's going to be a try here for the All Flakes. Davidson once more. Can't get away. Cover defence. Working well for the Guardians. Freilander short to Coop, who cuts it back to where the rock was, and nothing Max Parkhill can do about that. Henderson again short to Grayson. Great ball to Mumberg. Simon Coop through. He links up out wide. Shady Streetwalker to the corner. He's taken down. Numbers to burn. Turned over and knocked on. Well, Louis Evans did everything right there except hang on to the ball. Desperate tackle. And Shady Streetwalker went so close.
Crouch.
Another missed chance as the All Blacks have been well and truly all over this game. Jimmy Henderson to feed. Good scrum so far from the All Blacks, defending champions, looking well and truly in control of this matchup, but no points on the board to show for it just yet. Wade Coop on the left-hand side, a little roller kick through, well taken. Oh, brilliantly taken from Ian Henderson. Loses it straight away, and now here's a run out to the right-hand side. Oh, it's got to be a try. Liam Wells can't believe it. His arms are in the air. He gets it to help out. Quigley's stuffed another chance. Streetwalker goes within 4 metres. Kamana, strong runner Kamana, but he's taken down for sure. Turned over as well. Heston Gardner's got the ball, and the Guardians may survive again. 5 metres out from their own line. Luke to Normanville, back to Kieran Jones, wanting to go 100. Now for Sure, doesn't play smart. Shepherd, here's a little run away from Liam Hacker. He's got support in and out, but doesn't take it. Takes on the defender, and the back, Catley is strong. Now they go to the left-hand side, they're broken away, and away will go Heston Gardner. Big chase from Wells. He's got to make the tackle. Gardner just short. Oh, game-changing moment. The defence of these sides is next level. Hughes pass, Ferguson back inside in the high tackle. Well, that slows it all down. Shady Streetwalker says, I just run 60 metres. I am not letting this slide. High shots on Mike Hunt. Oh, and the Guardians are going to the corner. Well, I tell you what, team. Winner take all. Grand final. Big dance. This is all on the line. They've got to take 3. If this doesn't result in a try, this could really come back to haunt the Guardians. They take it. It's stolen. And how good is Benjamin Grayson? The chance is gone. The All Blacks have turned the ball over. Friedlander at scrum half and fires it to Wrigley. Oh no, Quigley's knocked it on. I tell you what, it is not catastrophe over just yet. Shepherd, oh there's so much room for guess. He's gone back tonight. There's another big hole. Oh, where are they going, the Guardians? So many open players to the right. Another try has gone begging, and the All Blacks will turn this over. They will, but we'll still be playing advantage for the knock-on by Quigley. I tell you what, for a grand final, this is next level rugby at the moment, but the chances that are going begging through good defence and big scrum from the All Blacks as well. And again, with just 2.5 minutes to go to half time, that is a crucial turnover. Kerwin Seeley gets it, and yes, that is a great play from the inside centre. Missed out Simmer Coop, went straight to Seeley, and he hammered it into touch. Take no prisoners, this is a grand final. Maybe someone needs to remind the Guardians of the crib about it. Elliot Knight finally takes one. For sure, knocked it on. Another error from the Guardians of the crib. Back at Ben Bobs is throwing it around like it's a piece of candy out there, and he finally gets taken to ground. Kamana, little short side dabble, back to Bobs, who cleverly puts it back in, and Kerwin Seeley goes long. But no advantage for the knock-on, says the referee, and that will send us to half-time. Remarkably so, I don't know how. It is still 0-0. The two teams head to the sheds. We have had one hell of a matchup, but no one has put a try over just yet. Possession 50-50, but territory all Blacks. Massive errors, 3 each as well, and line breaks, 10 in total. 6 by the All Blacks, just 4 by the Guardians. I tell you what, this is one hell of a final, but we're yet to see points so far. It is do or die. Grand final rugby. There is no substitute at the moment. As underway we go. Lewis Gardner is well taken as well. Ian Ferguson is having a great close end of season. But it looks like it won't be enough again as the All Blacks turn it over. Well, it's the same old story, isn't it? Opportunity for the Guardians. The All Blacks steal it away, and they've kicked again. And they love this territory battle at the moment. Great work from Gardner. Finds Tom Guest. And it's another chance for the All Blacks to wreak havoc in the breakdown. But not quite enough. Tom Butler He's going to play scrum half, and he's going to go a little bit short side before finding Ellenson back in field. They're going to work their way out of their 22. Fisore. Oh, great work from Kieran Jones to find Elliot Knight. Outside they go, and a big opportunity for Lewis Gardner. He's still got their man with him, and Don Butler can't get the pass away. Another opportunity goes begging. Lewis Gardner going all alone. Oh, Tom Guest has put in a great ball there, but a big tackle taking down Liam Hacker. Pick and go from Butler, finding it inside to Guest, and the two of them in the midfield combined. Biggest chance I think we've seen for a while for the Guardians. Does it get another chance? Don Butler down the right hand edge. Oh, another high tackle. He put up the bomb. The referee's had enough. To the bin you go. And the first yellow card of the grand final will go to Jimmy Henderson. Now, Guardians fans. Oh, they're going to the corner again. I can't believe it. 6 points. They should be up 6-0. Huge opportunities falling by the wayside for the Guardians of the Crib. Here is Hunt to throw. Just 12 metres out. This time they get it nicely. Elliot Knight is the man, and they rumble it forward. The driving ball working well. Ellenson cuts it back and Guess. Oh, there's so many numbers. Oh, it's going to be a try, but they throw it away again. I don't quite believe it. Bombs to Grayson, and away they go. The All Blacks cannot be touched at the moment. How many opportunities, and he's throwing it straight to touch. Max Parkhill was taking a rest, and he's been throwing the ball straight at him, and that's what happens when you lose your scrum half. Now it looks like, I'm not sure if it is Ike Quigley. He's standing in scrum half, but it's ball turned over regardless. And it's there with the Guardians. Out to the left-hand side. Chancing with the line to stop Butler. And he had an overlap of about 4-on-1 to his left. He didn't take it. Now they make another high tackle. This time Kerwin Seeley, and he's going to the bin. I can't believe this game. This game is just over the top. Grand final. 2 yellow cards. No points. And they say no! Again! They go to the corner! The Guardians need to start putting points on the board. They were under pressure for the opening 40 minutes. They've turned that around and they've dominated the second so far. But they are yet to score a point. Hunt throws in. Knight's been the go-to. Back to Fisher. A little grubber is no good. That is a no good play at all. And Daniel Fisore, well, the look of disappointment on his face is plain to see. Another chance is gone. And the All Blacks breathe another sigh of relief. This game should be all over. This should be the Guardians well and truly in control. But it's not. It's still alive. And a little short dropout. It's missed by everyone as Mumberg's flying down the sideline, but the Guardians drag it in. Elliot Knight's another one. Oh my goodness. Ill discipline is wreaking havoc with the All Blacks. Now what do? They're getting their man back. It's Jimmy Henderson. Where's Kerwin Seeley gone? Is he still off? He is. They were down to 13. And now they take a shot at goal. Quite remarkable. We are seeing dramatic scenes here in the grand final of the Global Rugby Challenge. Here is Lewis Gardner, 55 metres out. That is over. Finally, some points on the board, and it goes the way of the Guardians. Not the first chance they've had, and it's taken some time as well. But finally, we have points on the board. The Guardians of the Crib lead the All Blacks 3-0. And underway we go again. Michael Shepherd takes down the kickoff under the watchful eye of the assistant referee. Here's Hunt going away to Butler, who gets it back inside. Tom Guest and Butler working nicely together. Fisore, Luke to Normanville. Good pass out wide, numbers to Burn again. And Ferguson can't get away from Corey Davidson. Great work there from the defence of Corey Davidson. Fisore to Fisore. Daniel and Isaac combining as well as here's Kieran Jones. Great ball away to Butler, inside to Evans, and he gets a wide out to Shepherd. Lewis Gardner had a great hand in it as well. Guardians looking all over this matchup at the moment. Big room to left inside, Don Butler again. Heston Gardner away to Jones. Oh, it's another knock on. I don't know how the All Blacks are still in this game. They've got advantage. Oh, now Simon Cooper's hit high. Don Butler, who's already suffered the wrath of the red card this season, looks to be going for 10 minutes in the bin. Yellow card to Don Butler. I tell you what, if anyone's got anything left after this 80 minutes, it will be astounding. We only have 15 minutes to play, I think. I'm not even sure anymore. Yes, we are 65 through and I can't believe it. Ben Bobs to throw in. He goes to Yates and he's the money man at the back. It's Henderson, shoots out to midfield and a great ball from Kamana. Finds none other than the fantastic captain, Nicholas Friedlander. Oh, now another high tackle. What is going on here? This time it is Lewis Gardner. Big shot will give the All Blacks a chance to tie it up. And they do just that. First opportunity, and they take it. The Guardians have put down at least 2 shots at goal. And look at the difference here. Samo Coop, under the grand tutelage of Captain Nicholas Friedlander, turns this game back to a 3-3 scoreline. The man who gave the penalty away gets us back underway. We've got 10 minutes to go. Last chance to make it count for these two teams. In the road 22 now, the All Blacks. Kamana back inside. A good little runaway here from Morgan Yates. They switch it back to Henderson. The ball goes backwards as he's lost it, and it's a bit of a mess here for the All Blacks. Just a couple of metres out from their own line. Parkhill. Strong run there from the blindside flanker. Henderson to Friedlander. And the captain charges up another 5 metres or so. Henderson, streetwalker, room out wide for Liam Symes-Wells. Can he get away from the chase of Louis Evans? He can't quite do it. And into touch he goes. What a dramatic ending that could have been. Liam Symes-Wells, he knows how to do dramatic. Mike Hunt's now with a chance to give the Guardians that last opportunity, but he's lost it. He has lost another line-out throw. And now Max Parkhill goes straight through the hole. He may lose possession here. No, Henderson's got it. Samo Coop charges straight at the line.
Release.
Setting it up on the 10-metre mark. Streetwalker to Grayson, great offload to Kamana. They swing it out to left inside. Oh, Cohen Seeley. Another knock on. Now's a chance for Daniel Fasure. Can't get it to Henderson. Goes instead to Isaac Fasure. The two of them sticking together. Another turnover, but it won't be counted because we will go back for the knock on. Kerwin Zealey can't believe it. The chances lost by these two sides.
Crouch.
It's just
Fine.
extraordinary.
Set.
Daniel Fasure feeds quickly. And a great scrum too from the Guardians. They're a good 65 out. They go to Ian Henderson, who pops it back inside to Luke de Normanville. 60 metres to go. A minute and a half to play. What happens? Are we going to draw? I'm not quite sure. Get the rule book out, everyone. It's up to Catley. And he looks to return, but a good chase from Kieran Jones. Puts him down on his own 10-metre line. Kamana back to Wrigley. Wrigley plants it in the sky. There goes full time. Do we have a twist? Do we have a turn? What is going on here? It's the Gardner forward pass. Oh, I can't believe it. It is going to be all tied up. It's going to be all tied up. Heston Gardner with the error. And the whistle goes. It's extra time. It is extra time. So we begin again. Where it all begun, 18 minutes unable to be separated, and Simmer Coop finds himself back on halfway, getting the match up back underway for the third time so far, and it Oh, what he does! He's got the wheels, and Ferguson will score! Where was this for the last hour and a half? These two sides couldn't buy a try. Now, in extra time, the first one strikes. And Ferguson scores, and the Guardians are in the lead. It was all started by Tom Guest, who broke away on the right-hand side, found support in his captain Hunt, and then the killer ball wide to Ian Ferguson, who only had to run away from the ambling chase of Shady Streetwalker down the touchline. Lucky break for the Guardians. And the way this game has gone, that is going to be a huge part of how this game may end. Big conversion here for the Guardians. And Lewis Gardner has been pretty much as good as he could be with the boots off the tee. And another 2 points is over. And it is 10 points to 3. The Guardians of the Crib lead the All Flakes. Wow, what a match we have had so far. 3 points each after 80 minutes, and now into extra time, which we have not seen ever. We have our first try of the game. The Guardians lead, but is there time for another twist and turn in this matchup? Missed at the back by Catley. Oh, big mistake there, almost costing his team. But the referee and the assistant referee on the sideline saying no touch there by Catley. Missed it clean, and it goes through for an All Flakes line out. Ben Bob's to throw. He goes to the back, and it's well taken from Morgan Yates, and they run it straight through the middle as well. Max Parkhill is the one that trundles his way out of the 22. And it's slow ball here for Dean Mumberg at the back. He'll pick it, he'll go. Oh, and a high tackle there. Now that is dangerous play from Lewis Gardner. A potential yellow card is certainly not what they want at this stage of the game, the Guardians of the Crib. Samo Coop puts it on the toe and he kicks it up over the 10-metre line. It's into the Guardians' half. And the All Flakes, well, they've got to score next, don't they? It'll be 2 halves of extra time, 10 minutes halves is what I'm expecting. And we're almost to the halfway point of that, just taken to the bank. Only by the fingertips of Morgan Yates. And now Streetwalker fires out to Ben Bobs. Big pass wide, and they find room through the heart. It's Corey Davidson. He's on the left side edge once more, and he keeps his feet as well, and stays in the field of play. Only by a whisker. There goes half time of extra time. As the All Flakes start to knock on the door of the Guardians 22. Mumberg fires a big ball wide inside from Mike Wrigley. Streetwalker to Simon Coop. He's got to get something over wide here. Corey Davidson. He's just 5 minutes short. Henderson to Coop. Great ball and a try. Benjamin Grayson scores. And the All Flakes hit back right on the stroke of half time and extra time. Well, you want to read about this extraordinary game of rugby, an extraordinary grand final as well. Samo Coop puts on a silver platter for rampaging Benjamin Grayson, who fires straight through. I thought Corey Davidson was going to get over there, but a great tackle slowing him up from Liam Hacker. And in the end, not enough this quickly recycled ball, and in they go. In a chance, ironically enough as it is, to tie this back up for the All Flakes. We are almost halfway through the second half time-wise, yet we've still not had half-time. Simon Coop, he adds the extra 2 after creating the try. And it is half-time of extra time, and it is 10-10 as the two teams gather together for a quick little huddle before we get quickly back into action. Lewis Gardner gets us back underway. How many more twists and turns do we see here? We've got to see something as Yates flies into midfield and Kerwin Seeley takes contact of Tom Guest. And on their own 22 now, the All Flakes need to look outside, but no, Davidson does very well. And he pops it back into Samo Coop, who Kicks it away from the chasing Louis Evans, who's turned with it as well. And he's got support from Luke Normavu, who does a decent enough job hitting it up for the Guardians. Pick and go. A decent one too. A very good play from Elliot Knight. Sets it up for the Guardians. Scribbins heavy line. It's slow. It's very slow. In fact, it's turned over. Semo Coop running a hard the line. Liam Soames Wells will go all the way. What a ball from Semo Coop. Wow. Explosive rugby from the All Flags, who take the lead. And for the first time in this matchup as well. Well, we don't get to see the best of it. Here it is. We do. Whoa, what a ball. Lightning, electric, striking through the heart of the Guardians' defence. One of the great passes of Season 3. Terrible camera angles, but Semo Coop, my word, the man is a machine. Pointed out throughout the season, at the end there, that he did miss the last meeting between these two sides when they were thumped 41 points to 0. Now he's back, and he is setting this game alight. 2 try assists for Semo Coop, and he adds a conversion as well. He is playing the ultimate card right now in this extra time period as we've got some changes. Wow, this is going to mix things up as well. Bowers is coming on for Fasure, that is Isaac Fasure. Shepherd going off for Martins, Rodrigo Martins making his way on in the second row. Dean Mumba going off for Tip Top as well. Any more changes? Yes. Parkhill making his way off, and Vugo Ogier is on the field as Freilander almost cut through right off the kickoff, and here's trouble as well. The Guardians are losing a man. Referee's had enough of Gardner, and he's gone for 10. Lewis Gardner will depart, and the All Flags with a 10-minute period where they are a man up. Kick to the sideline by the man of the moment, Semo Coop. He's putting the All Flags in the driver's seat now. They could score again. This one is well and truly done. Ben Bobs will throw. And he hits the man in the back again, who's been on top of things, and Morgan Yates, who's done a great job so far. Pick and go from Streetwalker, and Semo Coop has put Sealy in space. Quickly out wide, he stopped it on. Oh, he still had Liam Symes Wells, and that could have been the end of things for the Guardians. Looking ominous now as they really owned the opening passage of this match. And as it's worn on, the All Flags have got more and more into it as we see more and more changes as well. Elliot Knight going off for Alfonso Gill, and Mike Hunt making way for Morgan.
Bind.
Oh, another one as well. Shady Streetwalker going off for Brett Hartley in the front row. That's an interesting one. As there goes full time of extra time. Guardians down by 7. The All Flags a man up, and they are in the driver's seat right now. And they have to score, the Guardians, if they're going to keep this game alive. All the All Flags need to do is kick it out, but like we saw in the semi-finals, that proves a lot harder than it seems to be. There's a bit of a pick and go there, and it's fired back into the midfield, and Don Butler, who's more than capable at first receiver, is a good little breakaway there from Kieran Jones, and now it's a good run away from Morgan, flies it out wide, and it's a big chance for Tom Guess. Supports there, Luke de Normanville, inside, the dummy, and Luke de Normanville will score! Oh my word, this game has another twist! I've seen nothing like it before. The ultimate grand final fixture of all of world rugby. Tom Guest out wide, still Eddie and Ferguson, but Luke de Normanville did it all himself. Who needs replacements when the starters are still firing on all cylinders? Great work from Tom Guest. He's got extraordinarily good in this matchup as well. Really stood up for his side. And the number 13 jumper, it's been an impressive display. But Luke de Normanville, he is a veteran of the series, and they're going to change the goal kicker as well. Lewis Gardner is off the field, so Louis Evans to keep this game alive. 15-17, he does not missed him. A chance will go even further. This game is not over yet. Now what happens? We carry on. Sudden death. We've had everything. It's 17-17. Samo Coop kicks off. Still a man in the bin. That's Lewis Gardner. And the Guardians of the Crib get the ball and try and turn this game in their favour. Sudden death. What do you make of that? Scorer wins. That is it. It is all over if someone scores some points. How long will we go? I don't even know. As Luke Normanville has a great chance. Liam Signs-Wells. This could be it. Signs-Wells over halfway. He could go all the way. Turnover ball. And 100 metres later, Liam Signs-Wells scores. Final beats. Whistles are going all over the show. No one really knows what's gone on here tonight, but the end of the story will read the All Blacks are back-to-back champions. Liam Signs-Wells, the hero for the All Blacks. It looked like it would be a try to Luke Normanville, his second of the game and of the extra time periods as well. But the turnover, and away goes that man, Liam Signs-Wells. Half chance, the Guardians, they were really dedicating to all that chance right off the whistle of sudden death. What a final, what a season, but have you seen anything like this before in your life? 80 minutes couldn't separate these two sides, extra time couldn't separate these two sides. It took sudden death rugby to find a winner of Season 3 in the GRC. 22-17 for the Guardians, Luke Normanville and Ian Ferguson. It was Lewis Gardner and Louis Evans with a conversion apiece, and Lewis Gardner with the penalty goal. 3 tries for the All Blacks, Benjamin Grayson, and 2 for Liam Signs-Wells. Samo Coop, 2 conversions and the penalty goal as well. Possession, territory, swings around about, wasn't it? A little bit extra possession for the Guardians, a little bit more territory for the All Blacks. Look at those line breaks. My word, I've seen nothing like it before. 26 in total, 15 for the All Blacks, 11 to the Guardians. It has been one hell of a final. I can't believe the match we've had. It has been the best we've ever seen. The best we've ever seen, and potentially the best we will ever see as well. That has been one of the great finals of any competition I've ever seen anywhere, ever. Extra time, sudden death. Wow, just ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous by these two sides. The final result is there, and the All Blacks, beyond it all, are the Season 3 champions. They have defeated the Guardians of the Crib, who still waits for that maiden title. What a final. I can't quite believe what we've just witnessed there, folks. It's been something just out of the top drawer. Just phenomenal rugby as well. Well done to the All Blacks, 2-time champions now and back-to-back winners, both for the first ever time. GRC Season 3 goes to the All Blacks. Commiserations, of course, to the Guardians of the Crib, finishing second for the second time also. And then we got the Flakers and the Dragons. Didn't make the final, but in the top 4. Another good season by all 4 of our subscriber sides. That does wrap up the season of the GRC. We will be back again, don't worry about that, for season number 4. Now that will be coming after the Rugby World Cup. So when the Rugby World Cup starts getting into its really interesting part of the tournament, that is when we'll be doing sign-ups, because there's going to be a lot of Rugby World Cup content coming your way over the next couple of months involving that tournament. So after that, we'll be back to normal sort of series. We'll be having the GRC season number 4, where the All Blacks will be looking to go back to back to back. Much like the All Blacks as well. Can they do it? Well, tune in to Season 4 to find out. Of course, do not forget to sign up when the video comes out for Season 4 as well. You got plenty of ways to do it, so make sure you don't miss out on that. Well done to the All Blacks. And of course, thank you everyone for joining up, watching throughout the season, leaving your comments, joining us for the premieres as well every single week of the season. And of course, just for tuning in and watching as well. It's been a great season, so thank you all for tuning in. It's been fantastic. I've loved every minute of it. There will be one more match involving the GRC All-Stars versus the Subscriber All-Stars, so pretty much the best 23 of the subscriber teams versus the best 23 of the AI teams, and we match played out for that one. Bit of a charity style matchup, I guess you can call it, to wrap up the season with the best players from all four of our sides. But that is it. As always, thank you everyone for tuning and watching. If you do enjoy the videos and you want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this final, do hit the thumbs up. Of course, if you tune into the recent announcement as well, there's plenty more action going on around the channel. A new website just launched, behindthepost.com, where you can go and check out all my writings and others as well about what's going on in the rugby world. If you want to get involved in that, let me know. Get in touch as well on Twitter in the comments, or send me a message any way you like. Of course, we've got Discord going on as well for you guys to join up as well and have a chat, and plenty of other things which you can do to support the channel, like Patreon memberships and the likes as well. So go check that one out. It's great, and thank you for all the support that everyone has put in so far as well. But I'll see you very, very soon. More Rugby World Cup content, more to finish off the subscriber series as well with our All-Stars game, and then it is the big dance as well. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Until then, take care.